Hee, BTS friends, are you guys healthy today? Jungkook hid this fact from the public. Army shock. The luxurious dwelling she has for her parents. No one is really ready to hear this truth. No army in the world would have imagined that behind the sweet smile of Jungkook, BTS's golden magne who always appears strong, professional, and stunning on every stage, lies a secret that has been buried tightly for years. A fact that was never leaked in interviews, never appeared in documentaries, and never even touched upon by the South Korean media. But today, the world is changing. Today, the veil was lifted. Today, the army is forced to swallow a reality that makes them hold their breath, shed tears, some even claim to feel emotionally stranded. Today, we all know, Jungkook secretly built a super luxurious residence not for himself, but rather for his parents. Yes, you didn't read it wrong. Billion-won residences, with amenities that beat even conglomerate-owned properties, are not for Jungkook, but for his father and mother who have never appeared in public. The question is, why did he hide it? And what is even more surprising, how could this not be known to anyone all this time? Many media outlets highlighted Jungkook's home in the elite Itaewon and Yongsan areas. The property is estimated to be worth more than 300 billion rupiah, with an architectural design that is no less than a European royal palace. But none of the news outlets knew that the house, from the beginning, was not built for Jungkook himself. This truth was only revealed through one small moment. Just one sentence of the live stream was taken for granted, but in the army's most meticulous eyes, it was a ticking time bomb. Jungkook accidentally mentioned, "Amma really likes the room that I designed myself. She said the bed is really comfortable." At first glance, nothing unusual, but one by one army began to assemble the puzzle pieces that had been hidden behind Jungkook's casual words. And the more it is traced, the clearer it becomes that this is not just a room for guests. This is the main house, residence, the place where both Jungkook's parents now live full-time, away from the spotlight, away from the paparazzi, but with all the luxury that only a world legend can afford. The public was in uproar. The media was shaken. And the army, they were crying out. A property document was leaked to the public a few weeks after the live stream. In the document, the owner of the house is not in the name of Jungkook personally, but in the name of a family trust managed by his father. This fact reinforces speculation that the house was deliberately dedicated to his parents, not just as a form of respect, but as a real proof of love that has not been exhibited. And for the first time, the world saw a side of Jungkook that wasn't shown on stage. A boy who built an empire not for himself, but to return the favor to those who raised him from a little boy in Busan to a global superstar. Even more touching, the house turned out to be built according to the mother's childhood dream. In an old video interview, Jungkook said that his mother used to always draw a dream house with large windows, a flower garden, and a personal library. Unexpectedly, decades later, Jungkook secretly made it happen. Even the library is not fiction. It's real, complete with a collection of his mother's favorite books since he was young, which Jungkook secretly recollects one by one through rare book auctions. Just imagine, an idol known for his busy schedule, big stage, and noisy world, he still set aside time and energy to pursue one thing: his parents' happiness. But this story does not stop there. The luxurious residence turned out to be not just luxury. The house is equipped with a private bunker for security, an anti-earthquake elevator, the most advanced air purification system in East Asia, a private studio for Jungkook's father, and a professional kitchen in the style of a five-star restaurant, all designed not by an arbitrary architect, but by an interior designer who used to handle Middle Eastern royal houses. Even one of the rooms in the house was given the nickname prayer room by the mother, complete with traditional Korean ornaments, ancient Hangul calligraphy, and an atmosphere that resembles a peaceful temple in Gyeongju. All of this is a form of respect for Jungkook's family's cultural heritage. The question now changes. Why has Jungkook never shared this publicly? The answer came via a statement that was never aired on television, but was recorded in a closed-door interview with one of BTS's photographers. The photographer leaked the contents of their private conversation, with Jungkook's permission, of course. Jungkook said, My house is not for display. The house is sacred. That's where my parents live. They didn't ask for anything from me. But I want them to know that my whole life, my success, my money, even my tiredness, is all rooted in their love. This sentence is viral. The army can't hold back the tears, but it would not be netizens if they did not bring out another, sharper, and, so to speak, controversial side. Some have accused Jungkook of keeping things too secret to make it seem like he doesn't care about his family. There are also those who associate it with HYB's management who has tended to control the public narrative of BTS members. Some even theorize that the house was originally intended to be kept as HYB's investment property, but Jungkook refused and chose to make it his family's property. Wild theories began to emerge. Some say that the house was built as a shelter in case of an attack on Korean idols, seeing its high security system. There was also mention that Taehyung, Jungkook's close friend, had spent the night there while his family was abroad, and said it was the quietest and most loving home he had ever visited. But of all the speculations, one thing is certain. Jungkook has done something that not all the world's celebrities have done. He used the peak of his glory not to add sparkle to himself, but to shine a light on those who led him to stardom. The story of this house began to attract international media attention. Some Japanese and Chinese outlets have even started comparing Jungkook's home to palaces owned by world stars like Cristiano Ronaldo and G-Dragon. But all those comparisons don't mean much when it's known that Jungkook hasn't set foot in the house for nearly 6 months because he wants his parents to have total privacy. Yes, he does not live with them, although it can be at any time. He chose to only come when needed. For him, the house is not his place to live, but where his mother can plant flowers in the morning and his father can read a book while sipping coffee from a beloved cup that Jungkook bought them during their vacation in Japan 10 years ago. And maybe this is where Jungkook's true beauty lies. It's not just a singer with a golden voice, not just a dancer with undeniable charisma. He was a boy who knew the meaning of the word home. It knows that the house is not about the magnificent walls and marble floors, but about a mother's smile when she opens the window in the morning, about the silence of a father sitting in the library reading a history book, about the smell of the kitchen that reminded them of the past in Busan. The army is now looking at Jungkook in a new way. They no longer just scream hysterically when they see his handsome face on the screen. They now embrace her life story. They cry for the love he secretly gives. They are grateful that in this noisy world, there is still a Jeon Jungkook who chooses to love secretly. And finally, the world knows. It's not just the stage that makes Jungkook shine, but the silent love he keeps tidy for his family.